Hey everyone, good morning. James Azar here with the CyberHub Podcast for your daily Practitioner Brief. I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. You got some rest. You enjoyed your time with your family and your loved ones. Many of us don't get that time in security. Often our job is 24/7, so getting that extra day off this week has been helpful and fruitful for many people, myself included, to get some rest. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast listening platform, make sure you subscribe and tell your friends all about us. You can get our Practitioner Brief also on our website at cyberhubpodcast.com. Now let's get right into today's Practitioner Brief. We have a few things to talk about, some stuff from late last week that may have been overlooked. I didn't see a lot of talk around it, as well as some stuff that has occurred over the last few days that is of critical importance for security practitioners. FBI issues a second alert about the ProLock ransomware stealing data. This is the second warning this week that the FBI has issued to alert U.S. companies of the ProLock ransomware operator stealing data from compromised networks before encrypting their victims' systems. The 2020-09-01 private industry notification, which was released on September 1st, comes after the MI 000125-MW flash alert on the same subject issued by the FBI 4 months ago, which was on May 4th. The FBI also warned previous private industry partners that ProLock's decryptor is not working properly and the data will be lost since files over 64 megabyte might be corrupted as part of the decryption process. There's a bunch of background in our PDF version around this thing. The FBI does say that ProLock has been successful in uploading archiving the stolen data and uploading to cloud storage platform like OneDrive, Google Drive, and Maga with the help of the Reclone Cloud Storage Sync command line tool. The FBI does encourage people not to pay the ransom, although they understand that companies can suffer damage if not the case. However, the FBI is asking for people who fall victim for this malware to do disclose it to the FBI. The other recommendations is make use of the two-factor authentication wherever is possible and disable unused remote desktop protocol instances and to disable automatic attachment downloads in email clients as well. Our second story today is around critical vulnerabilities exposed to MoFi routers to remote attacks. Rich Murch, a security researchers at Critical Start, found the affected vulnerabilities. The researcher discovered a total of 10 vulnerabilities affecting the MoFi 4500 series routers. A majority are related to the web management interface, which by default is accessible on all network interfaces. Some of the vulnerabilities can allow an unauthenticated remote attacker who has access to the web's interface to take complete control of the targeted router. The researcher also found that a router can be rebooted remotely by sending it a specially crafted HTTP GET request, and that an unauthenticated attacker can obtain sensitive information, including passwords, from the device. At this time, there's been several patches done and firmware updates. However, no real patch has been done. Might be that they don't want to fix this, or it just could be something that has greater significance. Again, we're working from home. A lot of people have different routers. A lot of people have upgraded their home internet to support, the entire family and kids working from home, studying from home, etc. So it's critical for us as security practitioners to ask these questions in our security town halls, in our weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, however often you do these, of just around the issue of routers from home and so forth, because that can be a way into our organization, a whole new vector that before we thought we had under control, but thanks to COVID, that's not the case at all. Our final story today is a malware gang uses a .NET library to generate Excel docs that bypass security checks. Discovered by Naviso Labs, the malware gang, which they named Epic Machengo, has been active since June, targeting companies all over the world with phishing emails that carry a malicious Excel document. But Naviso said they weren't your standard Excel spreadsheets. The malicious Excel files were bypassing security scanners and had a very low detection rate. According to Naviso, this was because the document weren't compiled in the standard Microsoft Office software, but with a .NET library called EP+, Developers typically use this library part of their application and export as an Excel or save as spreadsheet functions. The library can be used to generate files in a wide variety of spreadsheet formats and even supports Excel 2019. Naviso says the Epic Machingo gang appears to have used the EP Plus to generate spreadsheet files in the Office Open XML format. The OOXML spreadsheet files generated by Epic Machingo lacked a section of compiled VBA code specific to Excel documents compiled in Microsoft's proprietary Office software. Some antivirus products and email scanners specifically look for this portion of VBA code to search for possible signs of malicious Excel docs, which would explain why these spreadsheets generated by the Epic Machingo gang have a lower detection rate than other malicious Excel files. I will say this, if you contact our friends over at Vatira, they're sponsors of the show, they will be glad to have a conversation with you around this stuff. These guys are obviously getting far more craftier than ever before, and we're bound to see more and more of these attacks. That's it for our Practitioner Brief. The full report, by the way, can be found with a link on our website at cyberhubpodcast.com. That's it for our Practitioner Brief here today, folks. We'll be back with more tomorrow. Until then, folks, stay cyber safe.